discuss about print media.
Print media is a collective term for media printed on paper. Although it is sometimes understood in a rather broad sense, the term does not cover text-based media online. It therefore does not include media outlets that exclusively publish content online. Presenting the rise of print media through a timeline. History of print media. In 1045, first movable type by carving individual characters.
In 1278, printing arrives in Europe.
In 1439, a German refined and introduced the invention of a mobile type printing press.
In 1470, a Roman typeface for publication was invented.
In 1530, Garamond opened the first type foundry.
After the death of Garamond in 1561, typefaces were sold and distributed in Europe.
In 1604, the first newspaper to call the relation was published regularly in Germany.
In 1800, Stanhope built the first hand press entirely out of iron.
In 1880, the first photo was printed in a range of full tones.
In 1890, movements of style and technology raised the print world into the modern age.
In 1919 to 1933, Bauhaus Art School was built in Germany.
In 1935, the electric typewriter came onto the market. These typewriters became popular in the US after World War II.
In 1960, the computer took over the media world.
What are the examples of print media?
Here are some examples of print media: newspapers, magazines, periodicals, books, comic books, product packaging, posters, postcard, and outdoor media. As you probably heard, print media also has its own strengths and weaknesses. Let's discover some of its advantages. Print media has a long enjoyed credibility. Print media enables small business owners to craft a message with staying power. Print media enjoys high recall.
Print media has a great role in the learning environment.
How can print media help the students, teachers, and the school? For a student, it keeps student focused in learning. It helps the student engage with the subject content. It focuses on sharing knowledge. It will guide the students to develop their own strategies and increases students' attention and focus. For teachers, it presents various strategies on how to make teaching effective. It also helps them to be motivated, inspired, and encouraged. And it is also designed to allow on creating presentation that meets the expectation of the student.
For school, it creates a broader mindset, most trusted way of communication, and serve as a bridge to support school learning goals.
Hey, which do you think is a better means for gathering information? The traditional or the modern takeaway?
That is not a question. Of course I am better. Printed materials and books are done with more effort and sure is much reliable. So come on, choose me.
No. She's bluffing. Books are boring and data gathering takes forever. With me, you can gather everything at the speed of light.
Come on, your speed does not always match your correctness and validity.
And your correctness and validity consumes almost all the time in this world. How about time efficiency?
Stop. Okay, both of you have a point. I want my work to be correct and valid, yet I want it done on the shortest time possible. Aha! What if you two combine?
What?
The learning experience has changed, education is changing, and the space that we provide for our students to learn needs to change as well.
Welcome to Education Media Center,
A facility designed for the housing and utilization of all educational media within the school.
A functional EMC has 4 elements: resources, institutional media services, facilities, and lastly, media program.
It is important because it provides teachers and students easy access for information search. It also maintains a pool of instructional material ready for use as need arises. It also serves as a venue for multimedia learning for more positive results. It provides for individualized instruction and independent learning, hence, it promotes self-confidence. It also allows the students and teachers the opportunity to avail the expertise of the media technologists and specialists. It promotes closer linkage between administrators, teachers, and students because they will work together in the maintenance of the center. And lastly, teachers and students can update and improve their capabilities and performances. My name is Christopher M. Ramos,
And I am Angelica Bagsik.
and this is Education Media Center.
Why goals and objectives matters. Goals and objectives are always the starting point of planning and determining the resources available. Today's discussion will focus on project-based multimedia learning. Project-based multimedia learning is a method of teaching in which students acquire new knowledge and skills in the course of designing, planning, and producing a multimedia product. Why should teachers use project-based multimedia learning? Project-based learning helps students to develop better communication skills.
Hi, my name is Lacey and I'm 5 years old. I'm in kindergarten and I have much fun every day. I love the stories our teacher tells us and I love my friends.
It helps to develop some 21st century life skills. It increases student collaboration and student engagement. Project-based multimedia learning has 7 key dimensions. Core curriculum PBML should always address the basic knowledge and skills students are expected to acquire. Real-world connection. It seeks to connect students' work with the wider world in which students live. Extended time frame. A good project extends over a significant period of time. Student decision making. In project-based multimedia learning, students have a say. Collaboration. It provides opportunity for students to be involved in a particular multimedia project to make a separate contribution to the final work. Assessment. There are 3 different roles in PBM context: activities for developing expectations, improving the media project, and compiling and disseminating of learning. Multimedia. As students design and research projects, they also gather and create pictures, video clips, and other media objects that will serve as their raw material for their final product. This video is actually a product of project-based multimedia learning. Thanks for watching!
Multimedia is the field concerned with the computer-controlled integration of text, graphics, drawings, still and moving images, animation, audio, and any other media where every type of information can be represented and processed digitally. Elements of multimedia. Text. It is the most basic element of multimedia, a broad term for something that contains words to express something. A good choice of words could help convey the intended message to the users. It is used in the contents, menus, and navigational buttons. Graphics. It's any two-dimensional figure or illustration. Could be produced manually by drawing, painting, carving, or by computer graphics technology, used in multimedia to show more clearly what a particular information is all about. Animation is the illusion of motion created by the consecutive display of images of static elements. In multimedia, animation is used to further enhance the experience of the user to further understand the information conveyed to them. Video is the technology of capturing, recording, processing, transmitting, and reconstructing moving pictures. Video is more towards photorealistic image sequence or live recording as in comparison to animation. Audio is produced by vibration as perceived by the sense of hearing. In multimedia, users have control over the content that is being shown to them. Also, users are given navigational control. Nonlinear multimedia has two types, the interactive media and the hypermedia. Interactive media is when the user is given the option of controlling the elements. Hypermedia is a combination of hypertext, graphics, audio, video, and interactivity culminating in a complete, nonlinear computer-based experience. Multimedia serves an alternative medium of instruction over traditional teaching methods. It also increases learning effectiveness and is easy to use. However, multimedia is expensive, not always easy to configure, and requires special hardware. Multimedia is used in kiosk, virtual reality, pressing, and entertainment.
Creating champions through education. Audiovisual aids and media are important in education system.
Audiovisual aids are those devices which are used in classrooms to encourage teaching-learning process and make it easier and interesting.
John Amos Comenius, a Bohemian educator, was one of the first to propose a systematic method of audiovisual education. His Orbison's volume Picture of the Sensual World, published in 1658, was profusely illustrated with drawings, each playing an important role in teaching the lesson at hand. Audiovisual education. Use of supplementary teaching aids such as recordings, transcripts, motion pictures and videotapes, radio and television, and computers to improve learning.
The AV technology used in education is mainly an interactive whiteboard. The goal of audiovisual aid is to enhance teachers' ability to present the lesson in simple, effective, and easy to understand for the students. Audiovisual media helps the teacher to present the lesson effectively, and students learn and retain the concepts better and for longer duration. Use of audiovisual aids improves students' critical and analytical thinking.
Outer layer is the cell membrane. It controls what goes in and out. The cell gets energy from the source of mitochondria, also known as the powerhouse. And the ribosomes help the cell with protein synthesis, and endoplasmic reticulum will carry substances, breaking down materials, lysosomes. The nucleus controls the cell, kinda like a brain, contains the DNA when cells divide to replicate. Outside the nuclear membrane full of pores, the nucleus makes ribosomes immune.
What is visual media? Visual media are sources of data or information in the form of visual representation. It may be abstractions, analogs, rough illustrations, or digital reproductions of objects. Hence, visual media is helpful in summarizing broad and deep concepts such as charts that explain processes and enlarge microscopic details. At the same time, they serve to unify the language of the world. Here are the examples of visual media used in education. Image, video, audiogram, statistical visualization, graphic design,
media, and information for the integration of lessons. Different types of visual media improve the student experience to create a good class production. PowerPoint presentation is the most common example of visual media used in classroom for the learners to have a meaningful learning experiences. Also, it helps in breaking the monotony of the students from the use of white or blackboard, hence their interest to engage in class discussion is stimulated. Media can be used in almost any discipline to enhance learning, both in class and also for out-of-class assignments. Short film and television clips, written articles, and blog postings can be viewed to reinforce concept and spark discussion. Images act like shortcuts to our brains, and that is why visuals are so powerful.
John Dewey quoted, "If we teach today as we taught yesterday, we rob our children of tomorrow." Technology will not replace great teachers, but technology in the hands of great teachers can be transformational. After all, change is the end result of all true learning.